Dr. William Samoei Ruto to come and officially open Devolution Conference 2025. Thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take our seats. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, honorable members, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am delighted to be back in Homa Bay, the county of endless potential and possibilities. A place whose mirrors that of our great nation. Vast possibilities, many opportunities, awaiting bold action as we steadily unlock the full benefits of devolution. Our counties, frontiers, and the powerful drivers of both national and local growth. This biennial devolution conference is therefore a moment to take stock, celebrate gains, and reimagine how we can accelerate progress for every county and every Kenyan. The theme of this year's conference speaks directly to our national vision, a Kenya where every citizen, regardless of region, gender, background, or status, has a fair opportunity to thrive. Our Constitution's preamble commits us to human rights, equality, freedom, social justice, and the rule of law. This theme is a reminder of the bold, transformative journey we began and remain true to our shared aspiration as a nation and as a people. Ladies and gentlemen, devolution has been transformative. It has fostered equity by distributing resources fairly and addressing historical imbalances. It has enhanced inclusion by empowering communities, empowering women, giving a chance to our youth, and extending environment to persons living with disability for all of us to participate fully and meaningfully of our nation. Social justice has taken root through accountable, transparent, and responsive governance. The national government is proud to have invested heavily in making these principles a reality. And for myself, I have had the privilege to chair the first intergovernmental budget committee, commonly known as IBEC, from the beginning. And I have to see devolution grow by leaps and bounds. Through collaborative frameworks, Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee, the Council of Governors, the Summit, and the other intergovernmental forums, we have resolved challenges amicably and aligned our policies and resources as guided by our constitutional vision. From the very first day of my administration, I affirmed that devolution is not merely a constitutional provision, it is the ground jewel of our democratic governance and the proudest achievement of the people of Kenya in the decision-making process. I pledged to accelerate the full transfer of all outstanding devolved functions as assigned in the 4th Constitution, together with the requisite resources. This commitment was formalized during the National and County Government Coordinating Summit held at State House, Nairobi, on the 16th of December 2024, as by the earlier speakers. I directed the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee to the delineation, unbundling, and gazettement that hampered and fueled intergovernmental disputes. This achievement marked a point in our aligned functions with funding programs that respond directly to local needs, from healthcare to agriculture to water management, infrastructure, trade, and early childhood education, while delivering measurable impact to all the people we serve. Further, to the gazettement of the unbundled and clarified functions by IGRTC on the 16th of December 2024 and the advanced process of resource identification, I am pleased again to announce that we have gazetted immovable assets, that is land and buildings, to transfer ownership to the counties through Gazette Notice number 11164 of yesterday, 12th August 2025, a process that has eluded us for the last 12 years. In other words, 50,000 pieces of land and 80,000 pieces of land and buildings will now become the property of county governments legally. This morning, in a further demonstration of our commitment to devolution, I signed into law two landmark pieces of legislation: the County Public Finance Law Amendment Bill of 2023 and the County Allocation of Revenue Bill 2025. These laws cement the place and the principle of horizontal revenue sharing among counties and consolidate the place of county assemblies while clearly defining the respective responsibilities of both county and national governments. Let me say this, that I had the honor in Homa Bay to finally guarantee by law the independence of our county assemblies. This is a commitment that I made. This is an engagement that I did with the county speakers and county assemblies, and it was a merited request and a merited ask that the same way we have independence of the legislature at the national level, we must also have independence of the legislature at the county level. I now ask the county assemblies to effectively undertake their responsibilities, effectively provide oversight, efficiently legislate for counties to perform their mandate, and also robustly represent the people who elected them. With this new mandate, with this new independence, the counties' assemblies now have no reason nor excuse not to do what they have been mandated by the Constitution effectively. Under the Division of Revenue Act 2025, we have allocated an unprecedented Kenya shillings 415 billion to counties, nearly 30 billion more than last year's allocation. The County Allocation of Revenue Act 2025 distributes this equitable share among the 47 counties in strict adherence to the revenue sharing formula set out in Article 217 of our Constitution, and again Today marks a turning point. We are using a new revenue sharing formula, again marking another historic step. This is the first allocation, as I have said, to apply the fourth determination of the basis for division of revenue approved by Parliament this year. This is not just more money. It is a stronger foundation for counties to deliver, develop, and transform people's lives. Ladies and gentlemen, despite operating within a tight fiscal space, the government has honored its commitment to timely disbursements, clearing all balances owed to counties for the just ended financial year. This ensures that counties have the fiscal capacity, institutional infrastructure, and human resources necessary to deliver on their expanded mandates effectively. Again, to report that yesterday, agricultural programs changing lives at the grassroots. Investments, ladies and gentlemen, are the lifeblood of economic transformation. They inject capital, spur innovation, generate employment, and unlock local potential. Nowhere is this more true than our counties. Under our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, we are working with counties to build one bankable, high-impact value chain in every county, from fish processing here in Homa Bay to leather in Kajiado and textiles in Kitui. This is about turning local potential into jobs, incomes, and exports. The Government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Investments, Trade and Industry, is developing investment procedures for key priority sectors, working with counties. This will serve as strategic tools to highlight opportunities, showcase value propositions, and support investor engagement locally in our counties and internationally as well. We have already completed the initial 4 sector packages: leather, business processing, outsourcing, e-mobility, and textile and apparels. By supporting end-to-end value chain ecosystems, we will increase local incomes, enhance food security, create jobs for our young people, and position counties as net exporters. Yet progress, again, ladies and gentlemen, is uneven, and the full promise of equity remains work in progress. This conference must be a turning point, not only for celebration, but for honest reflection and decisive action. To unlock the full potential of devolution, we must strengthen capacity in our counties by building the skills, expertise, and employing technology needed for effective service delivery. Excellencies, while we may not have all the resources we desire, we have enough to deliver meaningful service to our people. Ask ourselves, are we directing resources to the right purposes? Are we deploying them efficiently? How much is lost and corruption? And what concrete measures are we putting in place to seal leakages, curb misuse, and enhance efficiency? These are questions we must confront with candor, courage, and urgency. Without a doubt, we need to answer these questions as leaders. And I listened very carefully to the statements that have been made here by the earlier speakers, by the chair of the Council of Governors, by the Speaker, and we all must be honest about ourselves and about what we are doing. And we must agree that the resources that are availed by the people of Kenya are meant for delivering in our counties and in our nation. I did sign into law a few weeks ago legislation that will boost the fight against corruption by signing into law the Conflict of Interest Bill now. I do expect that agencies charged with making sure that there is accountability at all levels of government take up their role as efficiently, as with accountability as the law and the mandates them. The EACC must take up their role. I have made it absolutely clear to the chair of the Anti-Corruption Commission, to the CEO of the Anti-Corruption, that there will be no sacred cows. There will be no telephone call from anywhere below to stop anybody from being prosecuted for matters corruption. I agree with the sentiments expressed by the Speaker of the Senate, and he had a solid statement on holding governors and governments to account. I also must say the legislature must also be held to account. Because there is going on in our legislature that we must call out. There is money being demanded from the executive, from governors, from ministers, from people in the executive, especially those who go for accountability before our houses of parliament. Speaker, it cannot continue as usual. It is not possible that committees of parliament demand to be bribed, demand to be paid for to write reports, or to look the other way for what is happening in either the national government or the country. All of us must act. The fight against corruption must be an all of society engagement and exercise and effort. I also want to ask the judiciary not to be a haven for the corrupt to hide behind judicial decisions. We have is only available in Kenya. It allows a corrupt or somebody who has stolen public resources anybody in breach of law not to be prosecuted. Something called anticipatory bail. It is a Kenyan innovation that takes us backwards. Just let's ask ourselves, some stolen public funds and then goes to court and gets something called anticipatory bail, makes it impossible for such a person to be arrested and prosecuted. How does that support the fight against corruption? This is a matter I hope our friends in the judiciary would help us answer. Because we are taking the transformation in Kenya, but that transformation is being undermined by corruption, and we must call it what it is. And all institutions and arms of government, we must come to deal with the challenge of corruption so that we can, that public resources are meant and are used for the intended for which the people of Kenya have asked us. Without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen, technology can help eliminating waste and enhancing efficiency. Since 2013, the e-Citizen platform has stood at the heart of Kenya's digital transformation. What began with a handful of services, about 10, has evolved into a 24/7 shop for over 22,000 government services, accessible from every part of Kenya and everywhere. Today, more than 14 million are registered on the e-Citizen platform. 500,000 Kenyans logging in daily to access passports, driving licenses, registration, land transactions, marriage certificates, police clearances, and much more. All without queues, intermediaries, brokers, or unnecessary bureaucracy. The results speak for themselves. Collections have surged more than 1,000% from Kenya shillings 60 million to over 1 billion shillings collected by e-Citizen, translating to more than 500 billion annually. Ministries, departments, and agencies have seen growth of up to 400%, accurate projections and planning. Equally, counties have integrated digital portals with e-Citizen and have seen remarkable growth. Mombasa County, for example, revenues have rose 1.6 billion to Kenya shillings 2.5 billion, a 61% growth. Kiambu has seen revenue grow from 2 billion to 0.04 billion, a 52% growth. And from 1.4 billion to 2 billion, 48%. Other counties, such as Tharaka Nithi, Meru, Embu, have posted similar improvements. The platform has seen and has been an engine of economic opportunity, creating 600,000 jobs in ICT, support services, logistics, and other sectors, providing that digitization and prove that digitization is not just about convenience, but also about livelihoods. Most importantly, e-Citizen has been a powerful weapon against corruption, eliminating cash handling and embedding full audit trails. We have reduced opportunities for bribery, made transactions traceable, fair, and secure. Can now follow the process and the progress of their applications online, confident that the process is and transparent. I therefore urge counties to collaborate, share best practices, cut waste, and enhance revenue performance. We must promote inter-county collaboration, share resources and expertise, ensure accountability through transparency and rigorous oversight. Kenya's real strength lies at the grassroots in our counties. Through the bottom-up transformation agenda, we are moving from raw material production to value addition, strengthening processing, manufacturing linkages, and market access for SMEs and smallholder farmers. As we gather here in Homa Bay, I challenge every leader and citizen to renew our commitment to the spirit of devolution in people-first policies and programs, ensure every shilling has impact, and bring government services closer to the people. Let me share two other things that I really wanted to say on this day, this very important day of devolution. I must congratulate county governments. I must congratulate our and the county assemblies for the partnership they have demonstrated in working in the transformation of our country. We have worked together because the Constitution states that we do. We have worked together on matters of health, from health promoters, the people who engage with families, with homes every day, the greatest patriots that I know of. We have worked together with the counties, and I want to congratulate counties sharing this resource so that we can bring health to be a reality and to be a right for citizens, not a privilege for those who can afford. I am also happy that we have made tremendous progress in the delivery of our universal health coverage, working with counties. All the counties have signed into the program that will enable citizens access health, every facility, in a way that doesn't exclude others. And as a result, we all know that more Kenyans are in the bracket of SHA. 25.2 million Kenyans are already registered service. I want to say in this devolution conference and ask my friends, the county governors, to help all of us and ensure that no facility charges citizens for a service already paid for by the government of Kenya. Let me state that we have made provisions in the budget, 21 billion Kenya shillings, to make sure that treatment, medicine at level 2, at our health centers, at our sub-county hospitals, all the way to level 4, outpatient facility, outpatient treatment is paid for fully by the government of Kenya. And no facility, no dispensary, no health center or sub-county hospital should charge citizens who to seek treatment because the government of Kenya will refund for the treatment, for the medicine given to citizens at that. I am saying this because there are counties that are charging citizens in health centers and dispensaries and level 4 for treatment when that treatment is paid for by the government of Kenya. We should stop it. And I want to ask you, colleagues, to help the citizens of our nation, because, as I have said, we do not want to make health a privilege. We want to make it a right for all citizens. Let me also say that today is a great day because our friends, the members of county assemblies, can breathe air, that they do not have to work under the direction of the county executives. But I have also told you that use that independence for the good of the people. I know there is yet another outstanding commitment that we agreed upon. And because I am a solid believer in savings and encouraging the county assembly's pensions bill has already been passed by the Senate. It has gone through the first reading in the National Assembly. And I am confident that in the next couple of months, I will be signing into law the county assembly's pensions bill into law so that county assemblies like the National Assembly will also have pension, just like members of parliament. This pension will be going to be contributory, just the same way the one in parliament is contributory, and it will assist us in making sure we avoid old age poverty by people who have served in the public service. Today, in Homa Bay, I announced another milestone that through our housing levy and housing fund, we have rolled out affordable housing, we have rolled out construction of markets across Kenya. Today, we broke ground for the first hostel for student accommodation in Kenya and in Tom Mboya University. We will be building a hostel accommodation facility to host about 2,000 students, and we are rolling it across Kenya. We already have identified universities, Kenya medical training colleges, and TVET institutions to build student accommodation that will accommodate 130,000 students across Kenya as phase one, as we expand the program of housing in Kenya, not only to provide housing, affordable housing, student accommodation, our markets, and all the other infrastructure that we are building under that framework. Again, I want to celebrate that the same way we started the affordable housing here in Homa Bay, by coincidence again, we are starting student accommodation construction again here in Homa Bay. Again, here in Homa Bay, I have signed legislation for the first time in Homa Bay County into law. And we are slowly but surely making history in the Republic of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to conclude by congratulating Madam Gladys Wanga, Governor of Homa Bay County, for her exemplary leadership and hosting this conference. I also want to commend her for taking decisive action against the people who are running Rachuonyo, who we identified as one of the ones that were stealing our money. Thank you very much, Governor, for taking action. And I want to promise you that as you dismiss those people, we will that we can prosecute them so that they can, we can hold them to account. To do it for all the other facilities that will try to steal from resources meant for health. And finally, to this great school who have given us their grounds so that we can host this facility, I want to say thank you very much to this school. And as a small token of appreciation, the government of Kenya is going to provide 10 million shillings for the construction of the, as I was informed by the governor. Thank you very much, Mwalimu, for allowing us to use this for this momentous event. For the people, for prosperity, just a slogan. It is a call to action, to fairness, opportunity, and progress in every part of Kenya. Let history record that this generation, these leaders, made devolution work, but in the daily lives of the people of Kenya. I wish you fruitful deliberations and concrete outcomes at this 25 devolution conference here in Homa Bay. Asanteni sana, and God bless you.
Tafadhali Mheshimiwa Rais, let us take our seats briefly, please. We can just take our seats. We still have the launch of the Devolution Training Institute induction manual. And allow me, Your Excellency, to invite the COG Chair, the Vice Chair COG, the Speaker of the Senate,